So we're walking away from the paved Arizona Hot Springs trailhead and going north, not south where most people go to the hot springs. This time we're going north on this dirt road here. There's the old bridge as a landmark. So we're proceeding north toward. Less than a few minutes from the parking lot, you'll come across this line of rocks here. Across the road, and there'll be a wash off to your left here, going west. That's the wash we'll use to enter the wash system. There are ways to get into the wash by following the freeway, but nobody likes to do that, so we're going to do this instead. So as you walk the canyon, things start to get spookier. This is high noon in the winter, December, but there's clearly no sun in this canyon already, and this is just the approach canyon. It has some very nice high walls. I'll do a little walk through here so you get a good look at everything. Obvious sheep droppings down there. Plenty of the sheep in here, I guess. So far, I'm still on the main wash. I know there's a lot of side washes. I'm just going to keep on the main wash as long as possible, because we are actually going to transfer to another wash and then go downhill, because right now we're going upstream. Here's another section of just pretty good high walls for this conglomerate kind of rock here. Obviously eroded out. Makes for quite a fun walk. And we're still on the approach canyon, getting closer to the peak where we transfer to the main spooky canyon. Amazingly high walls here. This is as good as it gets. No sun probably ever reaches this section, or maybe a little bit. There's some plants here. This is one of the highest walled sections I've seen so far. Now, I typically don't do what would be called canyoneering, but the walls of this are probably, I can stretch both my arms and easily touch this. And we still got quite a bit more ahead here to get to the top, which is our goal. But this is amazing. And so far, just for those who are curious, there hasn't been any scrambling or anything like that. This has all been a gradual walk up. The very narrow section of canyon up there was very interesting, well worth the extra 5-minute walk, but that means you have gone too far, so our turnoff will be slightly before that. So if you do find yourself in the narrow canyon, you've gone a little too far. The correct exit is this very large, like almost heart-shaped rock here. Behind it is a narrow canyon, and we'll use that to exit on to get on top and out of the canyon system here. Just to warn you, there is one very, very small and very easy to do scramble here. You just have to pull yourself up over some rocks, and it's not uncomfortable at all, but you will have to use your arms and hands to pull yourself up once. And once you're over that, looks like you're pretty much free of the canyon here, and we'll be able to transfer to the next canyon. Now as you climb the wash, you don't want to keep going all the way to the top, you're just wasting energy. There are kind of when it levels off, there might be some scattered cairns like that, and there's one down there. So on your left you'll see the canyon we came up. This way, we're going to cross over into this one over here, all the way down to the main spooky canyon over there. Eventually you're going to reach this little tiny cliff here. It's just not really practical to climb down, so we're just going to go slightly off to the left, just follow the ridge a little bit and just slightly bypass it. Okay. Okay, I think we'll be entering Spooky Canyon now. You come across this little rocky cliff on the right hand side here. It's a fairly easy way down. Just squeeze yourself through there and we get to go through another canyon. Eventually you'll come across this cliff. This is not a cliff very easily gotten down. I actually wouldn't say it's impossible, but it might just be easier to bypass. I might actually just try this if it's not. Else we'll just bypass it on the right. We'll probably try that first. Yeah, the bypass is indicated by the cairn here. It's much easier. There's almost actually a trail here you can follow all the way down to the sidewash here. It'll take you less than 30 seconds to bypass this. When you get to this part of Spooky Canyon, there ain't no way getting down there. Not from this angle anyway. I'm going to see if we can find a bypass, else this will be just a walk along Spooky Canyon. I had to skip over about 2 washes to finally find one I could drop down into that didn't have a cliff. This one's heading straight toward the freeway. And we'll see if we can find maybe a better entrance to Spooky Canyon. Okay, if you reach this giant cliff, there's obviously not a way down. If you'll just look over to your left to see the power pole, we'll just go slightly over that hill and then we'll see the overpass to get over the freeway. So from a higher vantage point, you can see I have a bit of a cliff here. So we're going to follow the fence there along the freeway. Just go down a little bit here. You can follow that all the way in. After crossing the freeway, just work your way down this wash. Poles are very helpful. And